Hello, my name's Tim Shoebridge and welcome to this video. It's going to be a very short video just to cover a few small improvements that I've made to the Pluck oscillator for the Korg Minilogue XD and the Korg Prologue. So that's what's coming up next. Thanks very much for watching. Okay, so here we are. I've got a Minilogue XD here. It works exactly the same on the Prologue. I've got the original Pluck oscillator installed, and I've also got the new version. The new version shows up as Pluck version 2. Now the first improvement that I made over the original Pluck oscillator was in regard to tuning. What you'll notice with the original Pluck oscillator is the further up the keyboard that you go, the more the tuning gets sort of like slightly out. I'll demonstrate that with the original oscillator. Sounds fine there, but as we move up, that's definitely out. All the way up. And it's particularly noticeable if you want to blend the sound of Pluck with the other oscillators that are built in. So if I start to turn up the volume on VCO1, sounds fine, but then as we move up, now with Pluck version 2, you don't get that problem at all. It's accurately tuned all the way up. So that's the first improvement that I've made. The second improvement is also relating to tuning, but it's regards to pitch modulation. So the original oscillator used to modulate in a stepped fashion. So if I were to, let's just turn that oscillator down, if I was to hold down a note and then use the joystick, you can hear it's stepped. And it's very pronounced if I were to use, say, an LFO to modulate the pitch. Very pronounced that it is stepping, whereas with Pluck 2 that doesn't happen. It's very smooth, which means that you can use the LFO to get vibrato effects, and you can also bend notes with the joystick. So you can get those sort of oriental sounds. Just by flicking. Okay, so the third improvement that I've made is actually a new circuit that I've added. It's an overdrive circuit, or it's probably better described as a saturation circuit. It's accessible through the oscillator parameters menu. So if we go to edit mode, program edit, there's C type, which was already there in Pluck 1, and then we've got a second parameter here called drive. The range of values is all the way from 0 to 100%. And it just adds a little bit of a subtle saturation to the sound. So this is at 0. And then all the way off again. It's a subtle effect, but it helps to sort of bring Pluck further forward if you're mixing it with the other oscillators. So those are the improvements that I've made to Pluck. That's all for this video. Until the next time, thanks very, very much for watching.